12. And it says that wisdom is a defense. Money is also a defense. I thought about it and I agreed. If you are financially independent, welcome to another strategic episode of Timothy. My name is Atta Tim Ukuta. Today we'll be talking about a topic I've titled Trump, Putin, Sea, and the Crested Porcupine. I came up with this topic after seeing what is presently happening in the world. As we speak, China is trying to grab Taiwan. As we speak, Russia is still trying to grab Ukraine. As we speak, President Trump is talking about grabbing Greenland and even Canada. The irony of this is that China is one of the largest countries in the world. Russia is one of the largest countries in the world. The United States is one of the largest countries in the world. And these three nations are also one of the most powerful nations in the world in terms of resources. And yet, they want to grab more. This attitude and attribute is also replicated among organizations. You will see Google, you will see Microsoft, you will see Coca-Cola, you will see Apple trying to strangulate smaller firms, trying to take other entrepreneurs out of business. If they try, sometimes they buy them off. Sometimes they do a hostile takeover. This is also replicated among individuals in the community. There might be a very wealthy man and a very powerful man in your community who is grabbing people's land, who is taking people's business out of business, who is doing all sorts of things that ordinarily they shouldn't be doing. So you would think that a nation like China, Russia, and the United States with huge land mass will be satisfied with what they have. But no, they want to take that which belongs to the low, which belong to the common man, which belong to nations that are less powerful. So as an individual, as a man, as a woman, as a boy, as a girl, how do we protect ourselves? How do we protect our families? How do we protect our businesses? That is the main point of today's episode. In my study, I came across a very unique animal called the Crested Porcupine. The porcupine can be found in arguably all parts of the world, but the Crested Porcupine can be found in Africa, in Europe, and some other places outside these regions. Now, the Crested Porcupine has been known to cause the death of lions, hyenas, and leopards, and even humans that try to attack them. So it is an animal that most other bigger animals who are very successful predators keep clear of, because they know the danger of attacking them. Sometimes they still try, but they end up worse off. So I asked myself, this is an animal worth studying for us to be able to learn how they are able to pull off what they are pulling off. The thing about the Crested Porcupine also is that it lives for almost 30 years, which is very strange for an animal of its size. But it is because it has these strategies. So strategy number one is that The porcupine has a defense system. It has spikes in its bodies that any animal that attacks it, those spikes would injure that animal, and that injury can result in death. So that is one. The second thing is that the crested porcupine also minds its business. Its own food are roots and vegetables that are easily sourced in its environment. It sometimes eats insects, but that is it. It doesn't look for trouble. And it also has another thing. It has a safe home on the ground, whereby it also raises its young ones. So thinking about it, as an individual, how do you protect yourself from the high and mighty in your community? If you're a business owner, how do you protect yourself from hostile takeover by bigger organizations? Now, you cannot have the spikes as a human being. So, in my search, I came across a scripture in the Bible, in the Old Testament, in Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 12. And it says that wisdom is a defense. Money is also a defense. I thought about it and I agreed. If you are financially independent, it is a defense. It is a defense against those who want to steal, kill, or destroy you. If you are financially independent. Now, there are individuals who are financially independent who also cannot still be vulnerable. But if you mix financial independence with wisdom, it is a defense indeed. If you now mix it with minding your business like the porcupine, it increases your chances of not being troubled by anyone. If you now also mix it with another attribute of the porcupine is a monogamous animal that have a partner for life. If you also succeed in getting a husband or a wife who cooperates with you, that also increases your chances of being able to live the kind of life that nobody can steal, kill, or destroy that which is yours. Yes. We live in a life whereby people are greedy. We live in a life whereby people are envious, and they look at what you have with envy, with covetousness, and they want to get that which is yours. It can be your company. It can even be your spouse. It can be your land. It can be your idea. But if you emulate the strategies of the porcupine, you'll be able to scare them off. You'll be able to even destroy them when they try to destroy you, just like the porcupine. So, in summary, when you think about what China, Russia, and the United States through Trump is trying to do with reference to grabbing the assets, the land of other smaller nations, you realize this is something that every small nation, every small business, and every individual should have a strategy to be able to scare off, to be able to defend themselves against the attack of those who are more powerful. And when you adopt the strategies of the porcupine, you know that you have to be financially independent. You know that you have to be wise. And wisdom comes by you studying. Studying humans, studying organizations, studying nations. And you know also you have to live a life whereby you are minding your business. And if you are fortunate you have a spouse, you know you have to cooperate with your spouse. With this, you'll be able to live that life that is free from the attack of the high and mighty. Thank you for listening to me. If this had been good to you, kindly share. If this information has been useful, kindly share. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. If you know those who this can help, kindly share to them also. Till I see you, have a blessed time.